It's crap contents. It's crap contents. It's crap content. So I was watching Vlogos Pow, and it shows some Sega Saturn on the PS2, and one game in particular that caught my eye. So Sega Rally. I love it. I used to love playing it in the arcades, and I just think it's one of the best driving games going. And it being on the PS2, then it gave me an idea, with being on the PS2, to play it with a steering wheel. But I wanted the arcade feel as well. So I got a PS2, and I put fave on it. I got a crappy hard disk out of my old PS3, and I used that for storing games on, and I put Sega Rally on it. Brilliant! I've even got a PS2 wheel all ready and set up, and I found an old CRT TV that I used to use for my PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games back in the day. But I wanted that arcade feel, so I made it. Add some shelving, and then like arcadey feeling stand. So I got a shelf, put the TV on it so it's like there. So you get like an arcade feel of it. It's beautiful. We find where the game is, scroll to it. Using free McBooter, we scroll down to it. Sega Rally. Boom.
Lead championship. 1, go.
And there you had it. The arcade feel of Sega Rally with a steering wheel. You get the arcade feel and everything. It's brilliant.
Easy right.
All cheaply done. All the stuff I already had.
Over jump.
It's pretty cool stuff.
Easy right. 1 medium right. Check.
Especially playing it with a wheel. It's just how you're supposed to play it.
Easy right.
It's an amazing game. I love it.
Over jump.
But with this working so perfectly with the wheel and it being PS2,
Easy left.
it got me thinking.
Wow.
I even got Sega Rally 2 working on it. And Sega Rally Revo as well on the PSP's working. Beautiful too. I like my driving here. Don't get me wrong, I love playing the Sega Saturn version. Like, the Sega Saturn port is really playable and really good. And it works pretty good with the steering wheel as well, but I prefer to play this one with the Sega Saturn controller. For some reason, it just seems to be plays better. One of my favourite things on the N-Gage was Sega Rally, funny enough. And one of my favourite things on the N-Gage to play was Sega Rally. It played pretty well, considering for the time. Yeah, the handling wasn't great, but still. The Game Boy Advance version of Sega Rally. My God. It had all the sound effects and everything, but it was a bit tricky to play. It seemed like a bit like the N-Gage version, but just not as good. Check out those graphics. And then we're on to the PS3 Sega Rally. You could play this with a steering wheel, but I never got into this game for some reason. By this time, Sega Rally had lost all that made the first Sega Rally, the arcade one anyway, playable. It seems to have just lost everything, trying to copy all the rally games. I don't know, just could never get into this one at all. But you can't beat the coin op anyway. It's just a beautiful playing game. It's perfect in every single way for a driving game, perfect for an arcade game. It's one of my favourite games of all time, really. And that's why I built the arcade, the fake arcade. Although it's a bit naff to look at, it feels like the arcade game to me, and that's all that counts. Obviously, while I'm at it, I might still have a quick go on Power Drift. It's one of my favourite driving games of all time. This has been crap content. Thanks for watching. It's crap contents. It's crap contents. It's crap content.